Here we are again in the studio. That's Amy.
Hello, everyone. We are with TPF, Trips, Places, and Fun. And we hope you're surviving this winter. We know winter season can be a little bit depressing and cold.
Yeah.
But
and hey, let's tell people, why in the world do we do these videos? This is all about having fun, right? It's about trips, places, you know, as a family, as couples, and we want to help you out in life to have a blast, right?
Yes, we do. And so today we do want to talk about some fun things to do during the winter season. Of course, we live here in Branson, so we thought we would tell you that there is still fun to be had in Branson during January and February and early March.
That's right.
And a lot of you have asked, well, what can I do during off season? So we're here to share that information with you.
Yeah, I hear about it all the time. People asking, you know, is it even worth coming to Branson January and February? And, you know, the go-to answer has been, well, it's kind of a ghost town. But as you will see, there's actually a ton of things to do. You know, we recommend finding a cabin somewhere, going to Big Cedar, going to different spots, and having a relaxing vacation. Because there's a lot of things to do on the Strip, downtown Branson, all sorts of different things. So we're going to talk about all of that today. So this might be a great time to vacation.
Yeah, and thankfully, we have seen a lot of new attractions come to Branson over the past several years. They've been a lot of very family-centric attractions, and these are things that will be open year-round. And so previously, it had been mostly Silver Dollar City and shows, and those do tend to close during the off-season. But as we've been getting more and more attractions, we're finding that there are more things to do in the off-season, so you'll be happy to hear that.
Yeah, hey, before we get, you know, deeply into this, I want you to move out. I want you to go. I want you to leave.
Okay.
Leave. Get out of here. Get out. Go. Keep going.
Further?
Yeah, you keep going. We don't want to see you.
Okay.
Because the new Amy is here right now. She is adorable. And she's got the moves. Oh, she's just incredible. Well, not yet. Because it would create like a Back to the Future kind of, you know, meeting your old self, you know, kind of a thing. We don't want that to happen. The space-time continuum is an issue. Okay, I think you're good. Come on back. Come on back. Amy was so excited. She's like, John, please record me holding a sign and doing funky things.
It's so embarrassing. John made me do that. So if you think it's so dorky, it's not my fault.
I created all that, by the way, right here. Here we are we're in my studio, and so most of you don't care about this, but I think it's kind of cool. I got my Roadcaster and Stream Deck and Loop Deck and all sorts of cool, fun things here. Most of it, I think all of it, you have no idea what it is at all, but here we are. All right, let's kick right into this Butterfly Palace. We're talking about things that you can do in off-season here in Branson, Missouri. And don't forget, I don't know if you're doing it, look at the camera. Remember, you know, we don't want to look at this. We want to look at the camera.
Okay,
See that? Because we want to make eye contact with our friends.
Yes, got it. So, okay, so we're going to kind of start on the west end of the Strip and work our way down to the landing and talk about things to do. We'll kind of branch off the Strip too, because there's some other things to do.
Yep.
But Butterfly Palace, so this is a great place to go, especially if you have young children. You can experience some beautiful butterflies, and they've got
Wait, you just said something.
What?
I'm going to be a beautiful butterfly.
Oh, yes, it's a bug's life, right? Heimlich. Anyway, so you can see some beautiful butterflies, but they also have a mirror maze and a reptile exhibit and some interactive things to do, and a great place to take young children, because people are always asking us, where is there to take a younger child? And this would be a great place for them. Yeah,
most definitely a good spot to land. All right, cruising down the Strip and making a little bit of a turn onto Shepherd of the Hills. We've got IMAX now. From what I understand, the shopping is closed at IMAX right now. If that's not the case, you can let us know. Leave some comments. In fact, if anything you hear anything that we talk about, you're like, oh, I think I might know something a little bit different about that. Leave comments, and by all means, before you head out to Branson, go to their website, all these different attractions and places of business, and double check.
Yeah, just make sure they're going to be open when you're here. But the IMAX movies, they've got some movies playing, a few, not as many as they normally do, but they've got a few playing. And so if you want to check out a movie, either an IMAX film or, a feature film, both of those are there for you. Now, their location over in the shops at Branson Meadows off of Gretna is closed right now. Yeah. But if you want to see a movie, you can do this at the IMAX complex.
Right.
So, and also right there on Shepherd of the Hills is the Promised Land Zoo. Yeah. And this is a fun place, again, for young kids or kids of all
Old
ages.
Kids.
Yeah, kids of all ages. Now, of course, this is outdoors. So if you got a really chilly day in Branson, like next week, it's unfortunately going to be down to 4 degrees.
In Branson.
Yeah, that's hard to believe.
We were just in Orlando. Oh, by the way, some of you might be confused. This video, we're dropping this video right in the middle of our trip to Florida. And so we've already put up Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, Charleston, South Carolina. And so we have those videos up. Now this one is going to be next. And then after that, we'll kick back into it and go to Savannah, Georgia, and Universal Studios and Disney World and all that kind of stuff. But we didn't want you to miss out on this
we
info.
figure this is a very timely video. So, once spring break hits here in 4 or 5 weeks, then everything's open. So, but this is something you might need now if you are visiting Branson, during February and early March. Mm-hmm. So anyway, the Promised Land Zoo, of course, if it's very cold, you might want to save that for another day. But if you have a, fairly warm winter day, you can visit here. Now, their weekday hours are somewhat limited, so you may want to check on that. But weekends, they're open, and then they are open some during the weekdays. So fun place to go.
Yeah, I'm going to turn the sound on my phone down. Should have done that. So unprofessional.
Yeah, I know. All right, now headed back to the Strip.
At the Promised Land Zoo, did you say you could drive through?
Oh, yeah, they do have the drive-through as well.
Yeah, the drive-through.
So if you don't want to get out of your car if it's cold, but you still want to see some animals, you could do that.
Yeah.
So, all right. So then there is the Toy Museum. This is back on the Strip. Mm-hmm. And this is, I believe, the world's largest,
it's
right?
Huge. It's multiple buildings.
And a lot of nostalgia here. So we've been here, and it will just take you back to your childhood.
It does. They've got all the old, like all the old toys, the cartoons, the stuff that I walk in, I'm like, I remember all of that.
Yeah.
And I want to be a kid again. I would love just for a week or so to be like 10.
Yeah. So they have, old.
And you can do that when you go there. You automatically become a child again.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, you actually do. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know that don't quote us on that. Check the website.
Check the website to see if that's true.
But anyway, lots and lots of cool things to see here, and again, you could take the kids here, but there are a lot of things they might want to touch that maybe they shouldn't. But I still think it would be fun for kids.
What would they want to touch?
All the toys.
Oh.
But they're kind of like, you can't really play with them.
I see. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
So it's not like a hands-on, grab toys and play with them kind of place. It's a look at the toys and then buy them kind of thing.
Or some of them you can buy, and some of them are just there for for the museum.
Yeah, super cool.
But yeah, it's a fun place. All right, so moving on, there is Bigfoot on the Strip.
Yeah,
and you'll see this huge drop tower, and they've got that. They've got stuff like mini golf. They've got an arcade, an indoor arcade. They've got different things like that. So some outside, some inside. Based on the weather, some of it may be open and other stuff not. So you may want to check that out.
They even have that truck tour where you get in this big old truck.
The expedition or whatever.
Yeah.
And they'll take you around Branson and show you a bunch of different stuff. So they've got that you can do also.
But again, some of these places, like these outdoor type places, you really got to check and make sure they're going to be open, because maybe not. But here in Branson, sometimes you're going to get some beautiful days in January and February. We've had some.
Oh, yeah. We've had some in the upper 50s
recently,
this week. So that's been nice. All right. And then moving on down the Strip, Titanic. Oh, I missed one, didn't I?
Yeah, you sure did.
Ripley's, believe it or not. So here you can see all sort of oddities. If you go past Ripley's, you're going to see this huge transformer-looking guy.
Yeah.
And so he's out there. But you'll just go in, you'll see, strange things, right? Like the statue of the tallest person in the world, and then shrunken heads, and like weird things, but cool things. Mm-hmm. And so you can check out Ripley's if you just want to see some things you've never seen before.
Right, for sure. And Super fun.
Yeah.
It's indoors.
That's
open
indoors,
year round.
so that's nice. Yes. And then Titanic Museum. I would say this is a must-do in Branson.
Do.
Very, very cool experience. Very sobering, at the same time, very amazing.
Educational.
And so, yeah. And it's great, but it's not boring educational. It's just, you know.
that's how, most educational is boring, wouldn't you say?
Not saying that. All the teachers out there, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
No, I'm kidding. I love me a good documentary. Give me that History Channel.
Yeah, but Titanic is awesome.
Geography and trigonometry, not so much.
Yeah. Well, but you will love this experience.
Yeah.
It's just an amazing
There's
place.
no math.
Yeah. Well, okay.
I don't know. Maybe there is. All
right. And so that's on the corner of Gretna.
And it's a real dramatic, building /
Oh, you can't miss it. You can't miss it. It looks like, the Titanic. There's even a giant iceberg outside. And so you're headed down the strip. You're going to see it. It's
the iceberg, it melts in the summer, but in the winter, it's solid.
All right, and so that's on Gretna Road. If you head away from the strip down Gretna, you will get to the shops at Branson Meadows.
Hey, and we spend a lot of time there, don't we?
We do. In the shops at Branson Meadows, you will find Escape Code, Sagas, and the Axe Game.
Oh, this is okay. We own these.
Yeah, disclaimer.
Disclaimer. But for real, man, this is a great way to spend some time when you're in Branson. And Escape Code right now is open most days. We've got the Axe Game and Sagas open weekends, and just check the calendar.
Great things to do indoors though, because they're all inside. And so if it's cold out, if it's snowing, raining, any of that, it's a good thing to do. Even if it's too hot in the summer, it's also a good thing to do.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then you can get a combo ticket, which will give you discounts if you do 2 of the attractions. So maybe Escape Code and Sagas, or Escape Code and the Axe Game, for example. Or if you do all 3, you get even a bigger discount. But hey, let's take just a moment and let's explain all 3 of these to people that maybe have never done it, or they have questions of, wow, is that really for me? So Escape Code. People always have questions if they've never played an escape game. For example, is it scary? That's a big question we always get.
So we don't have jump scares. That's not what it's about.
No gore.
Now, the rooms are themed, and so some of them may have more intense theming than others. But it's not meant to be scary. It's not meant to be gory. Nothing like that. And it's family friendly. And so, but what it is mostly is you're put into a themed game, and you are solving puzzles, deciphering clues, and you're trying to solve whatever mysteries associated with your game, and hopefully within 60 minutes you'll get out in time.
Right.
And it's just a lot of fun. It's a really great group activity. Anywhere from 2 to 12 people can do it. And Sagas is kind of a unique twist on escape games. And so Sagas is a 90-minute experience instead of 60 minutes. And it is in a huge space, so that game takes up
over 3,000
square feet.
Yeah.
And so that one holds up to 16 people. And that one's a little unique in that there is kind of an overarching mystery that you're trying to solve. So it's got a little bit of a unique twist.
Really, all of our games do have an overarching mystery.
But
this one is more... You're more, I don't know how to explain it, I guess.
You're getting pieces of the overarching puzzle as you go. So that's a little bit different in that everything you do is getting you a piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, and there's videos. So you're going to go from inspecting part of the property and then coming back and watching a video that was left you by someone who was there previously. And so we've got all that kind of stuff going on. And
so super fun and interactive. And then if you are wanting to throw some steel, maybe, maybe you've exercised your brain and now you want to exercise your body, you can throw some axes next door at the Axe Game. And so also great group activity, super fun. We have coaches there if you've never done it, you don't have to have previous experience. We have coaches there who can help you figure out how to throw and stick your axe. And so, Okay, so then headed back to the strip, we have Wonderworks, and this is a somewhat recent attraction.
It's an upside down
we call
house.
it everybody calls it the upside down house, I think. And we did a video on this, had a lot of fun there when they first opened.
We were there for opening day, or right in there?
First or second day that they opened. And this is great. It's kind of science museum / children's museum / arcade / family fun center / a little bit of everything. And it is just really, really cool. Some exhibits that you won't find anywhere else. And they have, they have some like rock climbing, they have some laser tag, and lots of STEM stuff, science technology exhibits and stuff.
Science technology and what else? ST.
Yeah, EM.
What's EM?
What's EM? Engineering, maybe, and medicine?
And mechanics.
Maybe. We should.
Comment down below
if you know what the EM is for.
STEM.
Anyway, and I think you can experience like a tornado or hurricane or something.
Oh, yeah.
They've got these crazy things that spin you around. They've got like movie rides. So all sorts of fun stuff there.
And by the way, our videos have kind of morphed. We did a video on what is there to do in Branson in January and February two years ago.
We did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you love that one?
It's been a while. There's been a lot of videos in between.
My point is, so much has changed.
Oh, we've gained a lot of attractions.
Wonderworks
is a new one. Yeah.
Brand new.
Yeah, and we also have Beyond the Lens, which is a newer attraction, and that is super cool. That's a look behind the tabloids.
Yes.
And so if you want to find out about all your celebrity gossip, this is the place to go.
And they have the fly ride.
They have the new fly
Brand
ride.
new.
That was super fun. It's kind of like Soarin' from Epcot, and we loved this. I didn't think it was going to be as good as it is. It is really cool.
Yeah.
And Soarin' is one of my favorite rides. So to have something similar to it here in Branson is really exciting.
It's not a small thing, man.
No, not at all.
You're sitting, and all of a sudden, this big giant garage door opens, and boom, you're out in this big environment. It's super cool.
You hit my mic. So yeah, I was honestly wondering how they fit that thing in that building because it is so huge. Okay, and then the Wax Museum, the Hollywood Wax Museum is there. And not only do they have the Wax Museum there, but they've got mini golf and they have the Castle of Chaos and the Maze of Mirrors. So
and
they got
big giant gorilla.
Yes.
On top of the building.
Yes. And so, he's there. And so you can't miss him. And this is actually owned by the same company that owns the aquarium just down the strip. And so you can actually get a combo ticket for all the attractions at the Wax Museum and the aquarium.
Right.
So if you're wanting to spend all day, and the aquarium you could maybe do in about an hour or so, but if you're wanting to spend all day, doing some attractions, you could buy that combo ticket and go to the aquarium and then right down the strip, go to all those attractions at the Wax Museum.
Yeah, and remember, we're talking about things to do in the off season, January, February, where there's not a lot of people here, but obviously, as you can see, we're just hitting a few of the things to do. You can go fishing. We didn't even have that in our list. You can all sorts of things. You can get out on the lake, even if it's a little cold. You can do stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's
zip line.
You do have those warmer days where you could be outside if you're wanting to do those things. So
the snow tubing. I bet
you could do snow tubing in the actual snow. Now, is that open? Because we have not actually looked.
I don't know. Why don't you all check that out for us and leave some comments? But the point is there's more open in Branson in the off season than you might think.
Yeah, and lots of indoor stuff because a lot of the newer attractions we've gotten are indoors. So let's see. Moving on from the aquarium, if you want to do some shows, now a lot of the shows in Branson are going to be closed for the off season, but Grand Country is open almost year round, so you can go to the Grand Country Complex, and not only do they have shows there for you to watch if you're wanting to watch some shows, but they also have an arcade. They have a little mini golf area. Let's see, they have
don't forget the water park.
Yeah, they've got a water park, an indoor water park.
Indoor water park.
Yeah, so they've got all that kind of stuff that you can do there, and some restaurants even in there as well.
From what I've heard online, is the hotel there, which you get the free water park if you go to the hotel, as far as I know, it sells out really fast. So if you want to get in on that, you got to get your reservations early.
All right.
Yeah.
And then Fritz's Adventure. So it's an interactive, climbing rope. They've got a ropes course in there. They've got
tunnels,
a wall scaling. What's that called?
It's called wall scaling.
Wall scaling. Okay, and they've got a big airplane hanging from the ceiling. So if you're driving by this building, it's huge. If you look through, it's all these glass windows, and you can see the airplane hanging from the ceiling. So you can actually, go up in there and climb around, and you will be exhausted after you go to this place. We did a video on this on New Year's Eve.
Oh yeah,
I'm thinking
super cool.
A year ago, New Year's Eve, and it is a super cool place, and the kids love this. This is one that the kids really enjoy.
Fritz Adventure.
I would say a little bit older kids. kids, like not little tiny ones, but if you've got kids starting about, I don't know, maybe 7 or so, all the way up to teens. Or
even Eva,
Yeah, she's 7.
When we went, I know how old she is. Okay. Although I forget the birthdays of all my children. I don't ever remember. Please help me out. If you're a dad or mom, it's usually dads for some reason, and you don't remember your kids' birthdays, leave a comment. I need some solidarity. She always makes fun of me.
He literally calls me every time he takes one of them to the doctor or something. He's like, what's their birthday? Yeah, the older ones can be like, what's your birthday? But or filling out forms or whatever.
And the nurse just looks at me like, another one of you dads.
Yeah. So anyway, but Fritz is a lot of fun.
My point was she was younger when she went, and she had a great time. She was 5 or 6 or whatever. Okay. But this is where you will waste energy.
There are some height limits on some of the attractions there. So you want to check that out. If you have a younger child and you're trying to figure out if it's good for them, you might want to give them a call and see what their height requirements are to make sure your little one can do the stuff there.
Yeah, and I do think we need to reiterate, I know we've already said it, but definitely check the website, because there doesn't seem to be a pattern of when things are open and when things are closed. I mean, one thing might be open from 5 to 7 on a Friday, and other things are open in the morning time.
Some things are open during the day, and some things are open in the evening, and it's very strange, the hours that you'll find. So, like most of our attractions that we own, the ones we own, when we're open during the week, it's evenings, but a lot of things are open during the day. Right. So it's very strange how that works. So you'll want to check the hours as opposed to just walking in, so you don't waste your time.
Right.
Alrighty, and then so headed down, let's talk about the landing.
Yeah.
Of course, the landing's open for shopping. It does close a little bit earlier.
And they have some strange hours too recently. It's because of the new crazy world we're in, maybe, I don't know, but we were there on a Friday recently, and there was a lot of people out there, and it was 7 o'clock, and stores just started closing, some of them, not all of them. And
a lot of the stores were closed, but the attractions there were still open. So like you have Andy B's, the boutique bowling, that was still open. Restaurants were still open. Arcade was still open, and there were a few shops open. And so the shops tend to be closing earlier during the winter season, but there is still stuff to do there, because you've got all the entertainment that's there. Right. And then of course the fountain show is, I heard it's closed temporarily for cleaning.
We saw it when we were there.
Oh, did we?
It was there.
Okay, I just saw when were we there? I'm trying to think.
A few days ago.
Did it reopen? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I had seen on Instagram that it was closed for refurbishment or whatever.
In fact, here's the video.
Oh, you have it. Okay. Oh, there you go.
There it is.
Okay, so
Isn't it beautiful?
It is back open now after being cleaned or refurbished or whatever. And so you can look at the fountain show, you can shop, dine, attractions there at the landing.
Lots of great dining there. At the landing. It's where we will go off into a Black Oak Grill. We love that place.
Oh yeah, and Paula Dean's is open there now. We had done a video on there.
Oh, and of course Guy Fieri's.
Yeah, and that's a new one too. That's opened recently, but lots of great dining there. So if you're looking for a place to eat, let's talk about shopping. Downtown has a lot of great shopping. It's right there by the landing. And so there's all these great little cute shops. Now, some of these are open during off season, during winter, and some are not. So it's just kind of hit or miss. We were walking around there the other day, and I would say probably 2/3 were open and probably about 1/3 were closed. But they've got the general store, Dick's 5 and 10. And this is a classic place. You have to go here. It's just got all sorts of cool, it's got a little bit of everything, right? And I always talk about the soda that you can buy there. It's this really strange, unique flavored soda. It's like ranch. Like, who doesn't want a soda flavored like ranch dressing? You don't? No, I don't either, actually. But they've got all sorts of cool stuff. Just
I think it's more for the novelty.
It's more for the novelty. Than the taste. Yeah. You just got to try it, right? But they have knickknacks there and all sorts of fun stuff.
I'm not sure. Do they have patty wax?
Knick-knack patty wax. They probably do. They probably have that.
They have patty wax.
And so they also have this cute little Amish store that I actually saw for the first time.
We were walking outside. We were going to just walk by, and we hear this from inside behind closed doors. Come in. It's like, oh, you can. He's like, come in. I'm like, who is that? He's like, oh, I think he wants us to come into his Amish store. So we did. We went in.
It was awesome.
Nice guy.
There's some great stuff, some very quality items in there.
Leather belts and lots of those. And what else did they? Oh, like food. What did they have? Jams, was it? Or
yeah, I think some different kinds of jams and all sorts of stuff like that. But yeah, so there's some great stuff to do downtown. There's some, lots of restaurants are downtown, some places to get snacks, and then
and
retail.
People, I was reading this. People are saying that we've got to try the new Thai kitchen.
Oh, okay.
And
so we ate there when
yet.
it used to be Noodles 21. And then it's transitioned to Thai Kitchen, and we have not eaten there since it's become the Thai restaurant. So we will have to try that.
And when we're downtown, we do eat at Momo's all the time.
Yeah, that's a Japanese restaurant that's right there. And
so
it's really
I recommend, and we do this sometimes. We'll park. You can park anywhere, but park somewhere downtown, maybe by Starbucks right in there. We'll get out, and then we will walk all over downtown Branson. Then we'll cross the railroad tracks, and we'll walk all of Branson Landing. So it's a nice, fun little afternoon, especially if you are older and you like walking a lot and shopping in fun stores.
Only older people like walking?
Well, in my mind, I'm thinking if you're hauling little kids that want to be at Fritz's or Wonderworks or whatever,
they might not enjoy it as much.
They might not.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
All right. Gotcha.
Did you notice that someone on YouTube mentioned that they thought we were like 20 years old?
I did, and I told them they made my day because...
Does that include me, or is it just you?
I don't know, but I'm mid-40s now, so I will take it. If someone tells me I look like I'm in my 20s, I'll be like, I love you forever.
I'm 37.
Oh, yeah, right.
Do you remember how old I am?
I do remember. You're in your 50s.
Low 50s.
51. All right. And so talking about shopping, there is a lot of shopping that's going to be open in Branson. Tanger's open. You've got some of these flea markets, antique malls that are open, like Apple Tree Mall is one we like to go to.
Oh, we got to go to one today, don't we? We've got to go find a desk. The people are being just crazy in our desk in Vortex because they're scared because a tornado's coming, and they're looking through the desk trying to find help.
He's talking about getting a desk for one of our rooms at Escape Code. So we
got to go to one of the antique or flea market. What's the difference between antiques and flea markets?
Well, antiques have old stuff, and flea markets can have old stuff, but they can also have like newer stuff that's not antiques.
But we have loads of options here.
Yeah.
To do that.
Lots of places to go shopping, and then of course restaurants. Mm-hmm. So if you're wanting to, find a great place to eat in Branson, you can do that during off season, no problem. The only thing that's not going to be open are your dinner shows. So like the Stampede is closed until spring. Well, March 5th, I think they open. Showboat's going to be closed. So you're not going to be able to do the cool dinner theater experience, but lots of great dining still in Branson to choose from. And so you won't have trouble finding a place to eat if you are here in winter season.
Yeah. And Hertz Donuts, right?
Oh yeah. Hertz
Fan favorite.
Yeah. So that's going to be open.
Oh my gosh.
I
can't do it though. I can't eat it.
Yeah. Well, and if you go in the weekends, they have gluten-free donuts, which that's, I have to eat gluten-free. So I was just there on a Saturday and they had gluten-free donuts. So if you, are, have celiac or whatever, and you want something that's gluten friendly, I guess they call it gluten friendly because they are made in a gluten environment. But anyway, if you have to eat gluten-free, you can, make your way to Fritz's. Not Fritz's. You can make your way to Hertz Donut and get a gluten-free donut on the weekends, or anytime you can get
there's like
awesome
cereal
other
on
donuts.
Top of them, and candy on top of them, and cookies on top of them. And I'm going to throw one more thing out here that's not on our list.
Okay.
So we've got our list right here.
Yeah.
It's not on the list.
Okay.
But we have a video coming up about this. So if you're in Branson and you want to do something indoors, it's definitely worth it to make the trip, do a whole day of it, go to Springfield and go to the Wonders of Wildlife Aquarium, the museum there.
Yeah, that's not far, like 45 minutes.
Yep. And that is the very best aquarium that we've ever been to.
Yeah, in fact, we just were there and we filmed. Yeah. It'll be a while before we post that video because we have a lot of things to post before that. But we filmed and we're going to be posting a video on the Wonders of Wildlife Aquarium there in Springfield. And so that's worth the 45-minute trip. You can spend all day there. It's an incredible
And then on the way back,
aquarium.
If you're into these antique things, stop in Ozark. And we do this sometimes. There's like, 6 of them or 7?
Yeah, there's a lot of those antique stores / flea markets all together.
Right off the highway.
It's like, what do they call it? Like Antique Row or Flea Market Row or something.
Super
and they've
fun.
got a bunch of those. So you can make a whole day of it going up to Springfield, doing the aquarium, and then hitting those on the way back. Although they do close early. I think they close around 5, those flea markets.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah. So anyway, we hope you enjoyed this look at things to do in the off season.
Yeah.
So if you're here January, February, early March, you still will be able to find fun things to do in
Definitely.
Branson. And in the meantime, safe travels, everyone.
Yeah. Okay, leave again.
Uh-oh.
We got to bring back your altar. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. And now we have Amy. And she wants you to subscribe. And she wants you to give us a thumbs up. And then to ding the bell so all the notifications will be turned on. So every time that we do a new video, then you'll know.